Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another video brought to you by Doc at True Gaming. We're going to go through a little bit of the information that we found out from the Destiny 2 beta. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, the first thing that you're going to notice about the Destiny 2 beta, the loading screens are a lot better and the loading times are a lot better. I'm hoping that's going to come over to the actual Destiny 2 release, because it's one of the things that people hate the most about Destiny right now are the loading times when you're in orbit, the loading times when you go through the menu. As you'll notice, everything looks a little bit different. Definitely a little bit different. The first character we're going to go through, though, is going to be the Warlock. We're going to just work our way from the bottom up here. Save Titan, my favorite class, for last. First thing we're going to do is I want to go through the moves of each class and just kind of show you what moves like the Dawnblade has. So let's take a look. The first thing you'll notice is Dawnblade now has a mid-air dodge. So when you jump in the air, you can press circle twice in any direction and you will dodge in that direction. Now that does have a cooldown. It's not something that you can do just continuously like spamming as far as like hunters used to do with theirs. All right, so let's take a look at some of the moves. Alright, first thing is going to be we get a solar grenade, which pretty much the grenades here are going to be the same. We do get a fusion grenade, which attaches. The firebolt grenade, which unleashes the bolt of solar light at nearby enemies. My favorite grenade out of this so far has been the fusion grenade because I love stickies. We also have our rift. Now, if you remember in Destiny 1, there was missions you had to go through where you'd run through rifts. Now we actually have our own rift skill. We have the empowering rift, which increases weapon damage. And then we have the healing rift, which actually heals people. The healing rift is really good for strikes. It's really good in Crucible. Right now, the healing rift is a really awesome thing to have, especially if you can put a Titan shield in front of it so that you can make sure you're not getting shot while you're healing. But we'll come to the Titan shield in a little bit. As far as the jumps go, you have your original jump, which is a strong directional control. The burst glide, which gives you the initial burst of speed after the jump. And then the balanced glide, which is a mix between the two. Now, our super for this class is going to be Daybreak. Daybreak essentially is what you see to the right when he comes with those fiery wings and the sword. With Daybreak, I jump around a lot. I jump and kind of aim it so that he'll float and then press my R1 button to throw down the blades, which is the most fun that I can say that I've had. Now over here, these are just the basic things that already have been unlocked. I don't know if these will be unlocked when the actual game comes out or if this is something that we have to level up. But essentially, fire weapons and throw grenades while gliding. This one I really like. I didn't like jumping around and shooting in the original Destiny, but with the Dawnblade, it's actually interesting because whenever you jump and then aim, you actually float and glide, which makes it really fun to jump around, and it's also really hard for the enemies to hit you with their bigger weapons. Heat rises, so another reason to be in the air. Airborne kills recharge your grenade and melee energy. Casting Daybreak instantly refills all of your ability energy, which is awesome. Icarus Dash, again, that's the dodge that we were talking about. Swift Strike, striking an enemy with this melee ability to burn your target and temporarily increase your movement at reload speed, which is really cool. Now down here at the bottom, I haven't found any way to go ahead and unlock these moves. Like, they haven't given us upgrade points that I've found. But essentially, these are additional things that we can unlock later on, like Igniting Touch, strike an enemy with the melee ability to burn them and cause them to explode when killed. Fated for the Flame, Daybreak projectiles seek targets as they travel, and upon impact, launch a streak of deadly flames, which is the one that I'm most interested in. I used to be a hammer bro, so I like anything that has tracking for enemies. Everlasting Fire is going to be a new one. It extends the duration of Daybreak upon an enemy kill, which is really cool. Next is going to be Phoenix Dive. So if you're in midair, you can hold O to quickly descend and restore your health. While Daybreak is active, descend causes explosive damage. Alright, so while we're here, let's take a little bit of time to kind of look at the screen. Things have been changed a little bit. We still have Glimmer, which is going to be our main form of currency. After Glimmer, we have Legendary Shards. We have the different equipment slots. Now, we have Mobility, Resistance, and Recovery, well, resilience and recovery, which is going to be a little different from our previous stats of focusing on, you know, intellect, strength, and discipline. Now, in this game, mobility actually affects how quick your character is, how fast your character is. So that's, you know, kind of different from how it was in Destiny 1. The same as resilience. Resilience is going to affect how much damage you take. So as you can see, my Warlock has 0 resilience, meaning that when he gets shot, he loses health pretty quickly. And then you've got recovery, which it increases the speed at which you regain lost health. Now, I will admit, when I first played PvP on this, I went in with my Warlock and did not have very much fun. I then switched over and went over to my Titan, who started at 10 resilience, and it was a little different. It was definitely a little bit better on my Titan. As we'll go through like one of the pieces of armor. So I don't know if there's going to be additional armor perks. I'm hoping there will be, but as you can see, the first one selected does mobility, second one does health recovery, so you can switch these around on the armor. Then you have the infusion method, which we liked from Destiny 1 once they released it. You have empty sockets, so there's modifications that you can get in the game that you can put on armor. I haven't seen any of the modifications. Don't know if they're available in the beta. Probably not, but we'll cover those once the game releases. And then another amazing thing that we found out is that each piece of armor and most of the things that you gain have their individual shader slots now. So you can change what shader is on each individual piece of armor to further customize the way your Guardian looks, which I'm really interested in. I really want to get into changing all of these around so that I can have my Guardian look the way that I want him to look. Another thing, yeah, we're going to take a second to go look at this. The ship. The ships themselves also have vehicle mods, which are the shaders. So you can put shaders on your ships, which I'm really looking forward to because I really hate the way that this ship looks like right now. I like the one that White Shadow got better. His looks cool. My Warlock ship looks ugly. Then we still have the emblems. We still have the emotes. We still have the vehicles. They haven't been unlocked yet, as you can tell, because we have nowhere to ride them. I'm wondering if they'll get released Sunday when we get access to the social space. Anyway, let's take a look at Ghost. The Ghost has a Ghost Shell mod, which is a shader, same as we were saying. Almost everything gets a shader. Random perks on the Ghost right now, so again, no idea what kind of perks we're going to get here. Same as the armor. All right, let's just take a look at, we'll take a look at the auto rifle. So, first thing to look at, Legendary Infusion. Once again, one of the things that we liked. Again, a shader for our weapon, which is going to be new. I'm interested to see what kind of shaders we get. We have additional scopes. They changed the perks. The perks pretty much stayed the same in the bottom. We do get to see rounds per minute, which shows us the fire rate for the weapon, so we can actually see a physical number instead of a bar. And then we have different perks, the same as we had in original Destiny. The perks have just changed. I don't know if we're going to get additional perk slots over here to take up the screen. I'm pretty sure we are, since the bar goes over so far. It would make no sense for them to give us this much room and not use it. But we'll see when Destiny releases. And then we'll go look at one of the exotics. Now this is Risk Runner. This is the exotic for the Warlock. This one has Arc Conductor, which makes it where when you take damage from an arc-based weapon type or arc damage type, it basically increases the weapon this damage does. Also helps you resist the incoming arc damage and kills extend the time in this overcharged state. And in the overcharged state, it actually starts to reload itself. Now that is a huge perk. And let's switch over to Voidwalker. Let's go through some of this. Voidwalker is going to be a little different. Nova Bomb ability is no longer like an instant move like you saw Ikora cast. It's not going to just go straight down and kill the enemy and you're done. Nova Bomb in this one is more of a lobbed projectile, meaning it goes slower, it travels in an arc, and you can actually shoot the Nova Bomb. You can shoot the Nova Bomb while it's traveling to break it up. Once you shoot Nova Bomb and break it up, there are actually smaller projectiles that come out of it and track the enemy, which is really cool. We still have the same Healing Rift and Empowering Rift. We do have different grenades, our good old Vortex Grenade, our Axion Bolt, which everybody loves, and our Scatter Grenade. Jumping wise, still going to have the exact same jump except for Blink. We have the normal directional jump, we have the strong initial boost of speed, and then we have Blink. And Blink hasn't really changed. Blink seems about the same for me, so I'm still not liking Blink too much. Alright, then we got Chaos Acceleration, L1 to draw power from your super to overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective, meaning that you actually withdraw super energy from your gauge and switch it over to your grenade. Bloom, void ability kills cause enemies to explode, which is pretty cool. Cataclysm, here we go. Nova Bomb travels slowly and seek enemies. Detonations shatter into smaller seeker projectiles. Fire your weapon at the Nova Bomb to detonate it early. Then we got Entropic Pull. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to drain your enemy's life force and use it to recharge your grenade. So the basic switch. You throw your grenade, you melee to build your grenade energy back up. The abilities we can't unlock yet. Kill an enemy with this melee ability to fully regenerate your health, which is really cool. So basically, if you know an enemy's weak and your health is low, just melee them once you have this unlocked, and there you go, full health. Feed the Void. Hold L1 to consume your grenade energy to regenerate your health. Grants the Devour effect. So essentially, it's the same thing as Devour. Devour, when the enemy's health is low, you melee, you'll take their health, and then for a short time after that, kills restore additional health. But with Feed the Void, you're actually taking grenade energy away from the grenade cooldown, using it to regenerate your health, and then you still get the additional Devour effect, where when you shoot enemies and kill them, you're still restoring your health. Insatiable, while the Devour effect is active, killing enemies extends its duration and recharges your grenade. That's an interesting combination. Vortex. Nova Bomb creates a singularity which continuously damages enemies trapped inside it. So we have some pretty cool moves here. Unfortunately, I'm still a huge fan of the Dawnblade, not so much the Voidwalker. I don't like the fact that they slowed down Nova Bomb, and I just don't like the slowness. I liked it before when you could literally just, throw it at somebody. It was almost instantaneous and get a group kill. All right, let's switch over and take a look at the Hunter class. Now, Hunter's changed up a little bit in this. And with the actual increases, the change to stats, Hunter's become a little more interesting to play, because Hunter out of the bat started out being extremely fast, as you'll tell in a second. And then another thing you'll notice, I don't know if this is going to transfer over to the actual game or if this is just beta, but all of the cutscenes and switches are extremely fast. All of the scene changes are really fast. Everything is just really smooth and like I wish Destiny would have been. Alright, so as you'll see, Mobility 8, I've changed it around. As you can tell, I have a few things unlocked here, armor pieces that I've put on that have changed the stats, but high mobility, low resistance, low recovery, things that I might have to update at a later time. Let's take a look at the exotic hand cannon though, the Sunshot. I really had a lot of fun with this. Sunburn. The weapon fires explosive rounds and highlights targets that take damage from Sunshot, which is really cool. You can highlight targets for your friends. Targets killed with Sunshot explode in solar energy, which was another thing I liked, but it's just the gun itself. The gun itself is just, I love it. I love the design. It is just beautiful to me. I love the sound it makes when you shoot it, by the way. Oh, so great. Let's take a look at Arc Strider first. Arc Strider takes the place of Arc Blade, so changing things up a little bit. The first thing that you're going to want to know is after dodging, each Arc Staff hit creates a damaging lightning after effect. Now that's what we were talking about before, where we get an actual dodge by pressing OO. So if you press circle twice, you get a dodge. If you're using Arc Strider and you use the dodge, then you're going to increase the damage that you do on your next hit and also leave that damaging lightning aftershock. All right, let's go inside. All right, first we'll look at the super first. And this is going to be Arc Staff, as you can see him holding it and his arm electrified. You form a staff of pure arc energy and acrobatically take out your foes. Now I did like this super. I liked it better than Arc Blade, just because in the Arc Blade form he didn't really run very fast. You had to use his attacks to actually move faster, but in the Arc Staff form I found that he was a lot quicker, and I actually liked the move set that they gave him with the Arc Staff. Alright, so we have the good old Skip Grenade, which is still my favorite grenade. Got the Flux Grenade that leaves the additional damaging field when attached to enemies, and then the Arc Bolt Grenade, which fires the chains of lightning at nearby enemies. Oh, sorry, Flux Grenade actually deals additional damage when attached to enemies, doesn't leave a damage dealing field. One of the things that stays static between the subclasses here is going to be the Marksman's Dodge. Now, I really like this. It does have a pretty long cooldown, but I'm pretty sure you can find stuff to take that down in the main game. But if you double tap O here and your weapon is empty or you do not have a full clip, you will immediately reload your weapon, which is huge in PvP if you run out of ammo. The other side of this is Gambler's Dodge, where when you actually dodge, you recharge your melee ability. So that's for the people that really actually love their melee, which I am not one of those people. I'd much prefer to shoot people than, smack them in the face. Next is going to be the jumps. High jumps, so just get you to greater heights. We have the strafe jump, which gives you better directional control. Then we have triple jump, which gives you that second or third jump depending on how many times you need to jump. And we all know most hunters go with triple jump, or at least I do. All right, let's see what we got up here. Combat flow, melee kills recharge your dodge ability. Diddly reach, dodging increases your melee range, allowing you to lunge farther to strike enemies, which will be good in PvP. Lethal current, after dodging, that's what we were talking about. Each arc staff hit creates a damaging lightning aftershock. And then combination blow, kill an enemy with this melee ability to trigger health regeneration and increase your melee damage temporarily. Meaning basically, you hit an enemy, you trigger health regeneration, and then if you continue to use melee, you'll do more damage. Down at the skills that we can't unlock, we have Disorienting Blow. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to disorient the target and nearby enemies. Focused Breathing. Sprinting recharges your dodge ability. Increase maximum sprint speed, which is going to be really interesting for those people who love to run around in Crucible. Combat Meditation. While critically wounded, melee and grenades recharge are drastically faster, which is going to be interesting. Lightning Reflexes. You are harder to kill while dodging. That's just basically going to give you more invincibility frames while you're dodging, which a lot of people are going to like. All right, let's go and take a look at the changed Gunslinger. All right, the first thing you're going to notice about Gunslinger, Golden Gun can be fired quickly up to 6 times, but has a shorter duration. Before, in original Destiny, whenever you'd shoot the actual Golden Gun, you couldn't shoot it quickly, like it was pow, 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 and it had a huge kickback on the gun itself. In this version, you do have 6 shots. Basically, he's firing it from the hip, as you will see Cade do in the actual beta. But it's really fun. I was enjoying Golden Gun. I didn't enjoy the fact that they nerfed the damage that it does, but in the Crucible, you can still one-shot people. PvE-wise, it's good for taking out certain enemies, but it's not going to do as much damage as you'd expect on a boss. Still have the same dodges, still have the exact same jumps on this one. No, they didn't change these up. Grenades. You get the Incendiary Grenade, which is just going to catch enemies on fire. The Swarm Grenade, which creates the actual swarm of little drone grenades, where when people are near it, they track the enemy. And then the Trip Mine Grenade, my favorite grenade for PvP. Throw it and wait. Lure the enemy in. Alright, up and Way of the Outlaw. Chains of Woe. Precision kills increase your weapon reload speed for you and your nearby allies, which is really going to benefit those people like me who can get those headshots. Dead Shot significantly improves your ability to hit with Golden Gun, just means it improves your accuracy. Explosive Knife was really fun to use, because you throw the knife and it no longer makes them burn, but it actually explodes shortly after it hits them, which is really fun. 6 Shooter, there you go. Golden Gun can be fired quickly up to 6 times. Alright, Knife Juggler, throw a knife from a distance. Precision knife kills with this melee ability immediately recharge it, which is really cool. Practice makes perfect. You enter a trance after each precision hit, reducing the cooldown of your super, meaning that those people who can hit those precision shots more often are going to get their supers quicker, which is going to be fun. Enables precision damage with Golden Gun. Precision hits with Golden Gun generate orbs of light, which is going to help you tremendously. Not only will you generate orbs of light for a kill, but you'll generate additional orbs of light for getting that kill with the precision hit. Line them up. Precision hits with Golden Gun increases its damage and extends its duration. Now that one's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that one, because hopefully that will increase the damage that you can do per shot and help increase the damage you can do to bosses, which I'm really looking forward to. Alright, so save the best for last. My favorite class. Let's go and take a look at Monsieur Titan. I really liked the Titan in the beta. I had a lot of fun in Crucible and in the story with my Titan. Now let's take a look at him real quick. Let's wait for him to load so that we can see what his actual armor and everything looks like. I got some PvP armor for him, and this is what he has equipped. I haven't gone through and gotten the actual armor set that you can get from the Strike. Okay, so for those people that don't know, there are different armor sets in the beta. This is going to be the Phoenix armor set, which is going to be the armor for the Crucible and that you get from winning battles or from competing in the Crucible. This Noble Constant type is just going to be the armor that you get at the very beginning. This is just the armor that your character starts with. Like in the cutscenes, this is what you're going to see him wearing. But I'm going to go ahead and equip this. Just so you can, as you can see, my stats have changed in between the two. My resilience went down, mobility's only at 2, and recovery went up because I focused on like medium resilience and max and as much recovery as I could get for Crucible game type. Now, as you can see going between them that each of the armor has different stats. So that's going to be something we're going to have to look out for once Destiny releases. We're going to need to keep an eye out to see, you know, what pieces have the stats that we're looking for. Are you focusing on resilience? Are you focusing on recovery? Maybe mobility? But you just want to be careful with the armor pieces that you pick up, and you want to pay close attention to resilience, mobility, and recovery, and plan your build appropriately once the game releases. All right, let's go and take a look at the Sweet Business Exotic Auto Rifle. I had a lot of fun with this. This was the first class that I played the beta with. This is the first exotic I came upon, and I really like this exotic. It does have a wind-up time to start shooting, which if you're using it in Crucible, you're going to be pretty much pre-firing if you want to use it effectively, because you're going to need to start shooting before you ever walk around the corner. But Payday has a larger magazine and it increased accuracy when firing from the hip, which is really cool. And then Business Time, holding down the trigger boosts this weapon's range and rate of fire and automatically loads ammo pickups into the magazine. Meaning if you're holding the trigger and you're firing this weapon and you're just going to town and you see more heavy drop and you pick it up, it's going straight into the magazine. Keep firing, no need to let go. Alright, so let's just move right into Sentinel Titan. Now, Sentinel Titan used to be our Bubble Titan. Bubble Titan has changed. You can still do the shielding dome if you press and hold L1R1, and you will create the dome. Works essentially the same as it did in Destiny. You know, perfect for raids, perfect for those moments when you need to protect people from getting hit by big moves. It's still a pretty cool super, but not really meant for much else than, hey, I can protect you, yay. But it's changed a little bit. Sentinel Shield. If you press instead of holding, just tap L1R1 at the same time, you will summon a Shield of Void Light. Now this is where you turn into Guardian's version of Captain America. Essentially, you're going to have the Sentinel Shield. You can press R1 to do your regular melee attack with the shield, which is still going to hurt. It's going to do a lot of damage, but you can also press L1 to perform a shield throw. Now, as far as the shield throw goes, you're going to want to make sure that you have as many enemies in view as possible so that you hit as many people as possible with the shield, because it's just more fun that way. But I really liked Shield Titan in this beta. I really liked it for PvP. I really liked it for PvE. It seemed really good for me. I'm really excited about Titan, and I'm really excited about Warlock. Hunter I'm still iffy on though. We'll see. Alright, but now we move into the fact that Titan now has 2 shields. With your circle move, you can press and hold. You can either create the Towering Barricade, which is a huge, large cover barrier. Now this is the one that you'll see them use in the beta when it's like a huge wall of a shield that covers about 120 degrees in front of them. Now then you have the Rally Barricade, which I've had the most fun at, because the Rally Barricade is going to be about half the size. It's going to be like a little wall you can crouch behind. But while you're crouching behind it, you can press L2 to peek over it and aim. And when you lean down back behind it again, you instantly reload. So a lot of people are not using it to its full advantage right now, but I think people will figure it out that it's going to be really good for taking people out. Now, if you put a Rally Barricade with a smart Titan Warlock behind it, and the Warlock throws down his Healing Rift, that's really not a fun combo to run into. But it's a really fun combo to use. All right, over to the grenades. We got the magnetic grenade, which attaches and explodes twice. We got the void wall grenade, which just creates a horizontal wall of burning void light. The suppressor grenade, which a lot of people still like to use because they prevent your enemies from using their abilities, including their supers, which is still really fun to do to mess with people. When you know somebody has a super or like a grenade they're going to use, and then poof, nope, you're just going to die. The jumps, we got a greater height lift, we got a strafe for directional control, and we got catapult for that strong initial burst. Code of the Protector. Melee kills restore your health for you and nearby allies. Meaning you melee someone and get a kill and you got your allies beside you, you're increasing their health as well. Turn the Tide. Your overshield from defensive strike lasts longer and increases melee damage and reload speed. Word of Dawn. When super energy is full, there you go. You press and hold to create the shielding dome. Defensive Strike. Kill an enemy with this melee ability to create an overshield around you and nearby allies, which is really fun. It's really interesting to do that, and it really does help your team out. Down in the bottom, we got Shield Bash. After sprinting for a short time, use this melee ability to unleash a devastating Shield Bash. We haven't gotten to this yet, but I'm really looking forward to this, because this is basically going to be like the Stryker Titan's shoulder charge, is what it seems like, but I'm really excited for this move. Superior Arsenal. Grenade kills recharge your grenade energy. In the Trenches, kills while surrounded by enemies reduce the cooldown of your super. And Second Shield, gain an additional shield throw charge while Sentinel Shield is active, which is going to be awesome because instead of only being able to throw the shield and hit people once, you get to throw it twice. Who doesn't want to throw Captain America's shield twice? I mean, I'd just love to throw his shield once. All right, so let's go back up here. Last thing we're going to do is take a look at Stryker Titan. Now, Stryker Titan has changed. Fist of Havoc's ground slam attack leaves a damage-dealing field in its wake, and it deals more damage the longer it's in the air. Meaning the longer you are in the air before you actually use Fist of Havoc to go down and slam, the more damage it's going to do when you go down. So they're actually giving you a benefit to jumping as high as possible and staying in the air. Alright, so another thing that changed with Fist of Havoc is you get to slam the ground, same as it was. The damage dealing effect is lower, the effect radius is lower, so you're not going to be able to run up into like a well spread out group of enemies and get a bunch of kills anymore. But the benefit to Fist of Havoc now is that you don't just have the one slam. Basically, you have the slam, and then you are in a state where you can do shoulder charge multiple times, but it's more like a flying knee than a shoulder charge. But basically, you'll do R1, L1 to do the slam, and then you'll just keep doing R1, and he'll, you know, glide to the closest enemy and slam him. The jumps are still going to stay the same. Greater heights, directional control, strong initial burst. The shields are going to stay the same. But what changes, we get a flashbang grenade that disorients the enemies. Now, the flashbang grenade in this one, the disorient effect stays for a lot longer than it did in original Destiny, and it's definitely more powerful. Like, if you get flashed in this one, you're not seeing much of anything. Pulse grenade periodically damages enemies, which is pretty fun, but the lightning grenade is still my bread and butter. It's the sticky grenade that sticks to a surface and does the chain lightning. I have a lot of fun using that to kill people hiding around corners. That's still really fun. Aftershocks, damaging enemies with seismic strike recharges your grenade. Magnitude, gain an additional grenade charge, increases the duration of grenade effects. Terminal velocity. Fist of Havoc's ground slam attack leaves a damage-dealing field in its wake and deals more damage the longer it's in the air. Seismic Strike. Now this takes the place of shoulder charge. While sprinting, activate this melee ability to slam shoulder first into your target and release an arc explosion on hit. So no longer is it just like the arc-based shoulder charge, but when you hit them, it's an actual arc explosion that kills them. Alright, so then Frontal Assault. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to reload your weapon and increase your weapon's stability. Reversal. Melee kills immediately trigger health regeneration. Knockout. Critically wounding an enemy or breaking their shields decreases your melee range and, well, increases your melee range and damage. Trample. Killing enemies with Fist of Havoc extends its duration. So essentially, we've turned Fist of Havoc into the Arc Blade. That's what we've done. Every kill that you get with Fist of Havoc when you have this is going to extend its duration and allow you to use that Seismic Strike, the charged one, against multiple enemies during your super. But that's gonna be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be your basic breakdown for Destiny 2's beta. Pretty much that's all the information I have for you at this time. The only other thing I can say is go play the story missions, go play the Strike, and go play the Crucible modes. Go have some fun, guys. But I hope everybody has enjoyed the video. I hope you've seen something that interested you. Please feel free to like and comment any questions or anything that you have down at the bottom. And I hope everybody has a great day. I'll catch you guys later.